Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for August 5th, Thursday, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern. Something that we should choose to remind ourselves a lot of is that our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that frightens us most. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and famous? Actually, who you are you not to be? You are a child of God. Each and every single one of us are. We hold the pure consciousness, the God force within each and every one of us. Our playing small does not serve this world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that people won't feel insecure around you. We were literally came into these bodies to make manifest the glory of the God that is within us, not outside of us. It is not just in some of us, it is in all of us. And when we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. This direction is, I believe that it's spreading fast enough amongst us that the reason why our vibrational frequencies continue to increase and us becoming more consciously aware of them, it isn't something complicated for any of us. I think that because of how we've been trained, how these bodies have been trained, we believe it's complicated. So if we believe it's complicated, then we're going to complicate it. The journey to great wealth, abundance, prosperity, happiness, and joy starts the minute we decide we were destined for prosperity, not scarcity, for abundance, not lack. This is a crucial key for all of us to understand because we've been so tricked by the external world, the physical, material world, and that 3D mire, muck and mire. Abundance, now understand, each of us is the universe, and the universe is us. Each of us is the God, and the God is us. A lot of people, their perspectives, it's difficult for them to wrap around that. And usually you can do it in silence. But abundance is the inherent nature of this universe. Now understand, you're the universe and the universe is you. And this is where a plethora of things, ideas, love, money, friends, opportunities all around us, even though you may not feel it all the time, this is an abundant universe, and it's always available to every single one of us and right now. We don't need to search for it outside ourselves. That's what they taught us here in these bodies. They taught that you have to seek everything outside yourself. You can't. If you want to find the truth, you're going to have to go out there and find it, which is it's the opposite. It is a state of being that can only be found from the journey within. That's it, all of us. The universe is always sending us loads of good energy, ideas and people to help us tap into feeling this natural abundant state. To experience this abundance, we just simply let go of trying so hard to achieve it. Trust it is here now. And then we just gently practice receiving it. This is so important. And one of the key things for all of us, and we can increase our vibrational frequencies, continue to choose to do so, how to let go how to let go of overwhelm and relax deeply. Right now, on this planet, we all know, kind of overwhelming, isn't it? I think it is to quite a few people. Stillness is the greatest achievement one can have in this life. Stillness. That came from Papa G. Do you ever feel a bit overstimulated? Overwhelmed by the complicated, fast-paced systems we are all operating within? As we may realize, we are living in a very, very, very exciting energy times that for some can be a bit too much, too fast, too much to digest. This world and its consciousness are changing faster than ever before. And sometimes our minds have trouble navigating these changes. The good news is that we have a choice. All of us do. We don't have to let chaotic feelings of overwhelm rule our existence. We can learn how to let go, relax, and remain receptive to what life has to offer us. We can choose to refocus our energies on what is healing and create a more relaxed and enjoyable way of living that deeply nourishes our bodies, mind, and soul. It's good to know that we humans can only reap the richest and most fulfilling rewards this life has to offer when we are living life from a relaxed, centered, and peaceful place. To transcend something, it helps to better understand it. So what really causes overwhelm? Well, it first originates from those deeper beliefs that say that we should or we shouldn't be experiencing something, and we judge the experience that we are having. Overwhelm can often contain this internalized time pressure from deadlines that we put upon ourselves, we placed on ourselves. This means we choose to have too much to do in too little time. And this is all about over-promising to ourselves and under-delivering. If we continue buying into all the things our minds say we have to do and how everything must be done as soon as possible, happiness can seem like an impossible dream. If we believe in all the ideas that our minds are constantly spinning around us like a spider web, we will start feeling trapped in our lives. Thoughts are harmless in themselves. I think we all know that. It is when we latch onto our thoughts like a life preserver in belief that they are the true reality of our existence that suffering is created in our world. If we are constantly chasing the illusions of our minds, we will simply end up tired, frustrated, and overwhelmed. The mind has been programmed to endlessly search, seek, and pillage to find happiness, fulfillment, and abundance in the outer world. This constant search will never satisfy us and can only bring exhaustion. Many people have done it. Totally burned themselves out. This is the perfect experience. So we will retire the mind and discover the infinite spiritual source of our beings. The only way we find that true happiness and fulfillment that our minds desperately seek is to recognize that the God source is always here now. When you connect with that peaceful stillness that is who you truly are, you automatically feel a deep sense of fulfillment. This is when you will naturally relax and see the full futility of striving so hard for outer contentment. Imagine what it would be like to fully relax into this moment and stop worrying so much about achieving something in the next moment. Simply choose to allow your minds and physical bodies to completely relax. If you truly know that the now moment is perfect and focus simply on what you are doing in each single second instead of the future, you will naturally start to relax. It is impossible to feel overwhelmed when we are completely present to the now and see the perfection of the now moment, because overwhelm is a feeling generated by future thoughts. So if you start to feel overwhelmed by your life, simply stop and begin to practice the fine art of trusting the perfection of each moment as it arises. Whenever we start to feel overwhelmed, the best thing to do is to simply take a few deep breaths in. Most of us breathe in a very shallow ways because we are constantly being driven by all of the thoughts our mind is throwing at us. Each time we take a deep breath, we do relax our body, mind, and the more we breathe deeply, the more we naturally let go of feelings of stress and begin feeling more peaceful and centered about our lives. This body, right, that we're all in, these bodies. Now, the body may resist relaxation at first, yet if you imagine that everyone you love is looking at you with eyes of love, your body will eventually melt and let go. This universe is literally holding each of us in a warm cradle of love. It is taking care of all of our needs. All we need to do is simply focus on relaxing our body-mind so that we can receive all of this love and support. A relaxed body-mind is a receptive one that is open to receiving support and help from the universe. The more receptive our body-mind is, the easier it is for us to navigate through our lives. Now, here's one technique to practice to help you completely relax, transcend, overwhelm, and finally find peace within. And at this point in stage on this planet, we all need this. We can either choose to do it or not. Every morning, as soon as you wake up, bring your attention to your breath. Notice how open, relaxed, and peaceful you are. Now, you may be really relaxed or barely conscious that you are relaxed, yet just upon waking up, watch the breath during these precious moments. It will soon open you up to finding a sense of freedom and spaciousness inside you. Use this time to free your mind from all concerns and relax deeper into the spacious, creative energy that you are. Hang out in this spacious feeling as long as you can. And during your day, take time to return to the memory of this feeling to re-enter and explore this spacious feeling again. And enjoy it. And this is a constant reminder for us. Whatever the conscious mind thinks and believes, the subconscious identically creates. Whatever the conscious mind thinks and believes, the subconscious identically creates. Brian Adams. There is a way for all of us of living our lives that is so conscious, so purely intentional and alive, that we are guaranteed to manifest the life we desire. It happens when we understand and practice the basic manifesting principles of the universe. The first is that our thoughts create our reality in every microsecond, every moment, and that we are pure consciousness behind each thought we may choose or not choose to entertain. This revolutionary, empowering consciousness is already here now. When we stop all efforting, all scheming, and trying to find it or create it, we instantly see the simple fact that it is here right now. If we want to become richer, more lovable, successful, or even more conscious, that is all fine and dandy. Just know that these are ideas and not the potent, powerful essence of who each of us are. Consciousness instantly reveals itself when we realize that we are not this mind or its desires. Consciousness instantly reveals itself when we realize that we are not this mind or its desires. The pure state of consciousness is unfolding our version of reality for us to enjoy as we decide to perceive it in each moment all around us. It loves us that much. Just surrender to it and investigate this pure consciousness that is here now, and how there is nothing you can do to change it. So if you will, go to a place where you're not going to be interrupted. I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we care to do is relax our bodies, head to toe, inside and out. We all know that we are not these bodies. We are not these minds. We are not these egos. We are not any of it. So doesn't it make sense that you can look at your body and say, let's relieve all this stress and anxiety and fear and overwhelming and this, and there's no reason to carry it. It doesn't serve me the greater good. This is where we go within and be in peace with ourselves. Total surrender, deep eternal love, gratitude, humbleness within ourselves. This is the eye of the storm. The God within is the eye of the storm. So we can either choose to be there or not. So the calmness is what relaxes the body. When you do that and you say, I don't need these. This is not. These are thoughts that I created, that I literally moved into reality, that are not mine, and they're not anything I wish to entertain. I choose to go within and be at peace with all things, including myself. So therefore, this body that I'm in relaxes. All the fears, anxieties, worries, and stresses, anger, envy, greed, manipulation, deception, fall away. And you find out that they weren't that sticky, were they? The body responds and it becomes real light. You can just feel it. It's like the body's just about floating. No noise. It's not thinking. It's not stressing. No chatter. No tens of millions of thoughts floating by. Attempt it. It just is. And when you realize this and you understand that, then your perspective is a totally different one. You're not judging the body. You're watching. You're seeing if there's anything you can do to assist it. So it falls into this deep relaxation. You can feel this right now in your heart mind. You can feel it coming over your head, your neck. It's a lightness. It's a relieving of your stress. And you can feel it just floating off. And you become lighter. Your body becomes lighter. You can feel it come down the chest, the shoulders, the back of the neck where a lot of us keep stress and anger and fear. And you can feel it just melting away. All the way down to the tips of your toes, the bottoms of your feet. Totally relaxing. Now, when this happens, the body is in the now. Complete. Only the now. And if you understand the breath, the body's breath is the now. So our breath is omnipotently powerful and divinely perfect. It is divine positive energy. Soul comes in these bodies, powers up these bodies. These bodies begin to function. Lungs function, oxygenation, breath. They basically, the breath sustains the body that houses the kingdom of God. So you're in deep relaxation, the body's floating, you can feel it. There isn't even a bone in that body you're in that is tense. No muscle and tense, it's all completely relaxed. In the now. Now, the now stills the mind, the ego, the subconscious mind. You step outside of the mind. You're not in it anymore. All right? You're not in the ego mind. You're not in that. You're not in the subconscious mind. So you can view them like a spectator. You watch, you learn. You watch how they operate and you learn. This is the only way we master the ego mind. They're horrible servants, but they're great allies. And once we master them, we learn that. So in the now, a lot of us, I think every one of us reminisce. We all have memories. We reflect on things that we've experienced, past instances. We savor them. It was fun, and we enjoy it. And then we put it back on the shelf. Even times we'll visit the not-so-good times to make sure that we don't do the same thing that we did then. Now, some of us go in there, though, they go in the past, and they just, for some reason, I don't know if it's conscious that they're consciously aware, but they go in the past, and they stay there. Maybe it's because they feel more comfortable with the past compared to their current now. And the past is like an elephant graveyard, a real old graveyard, and it's dank. There's no air movement. It is foggy. It's just dead. But some of us will stay there, and we will bring that past into a future that doesn't exist. We will live that past in that future. And that becomes very troublesome for many because they always say, well, no matter what we do, we always end up here. And that's why. Some of us will step over the now and go right into a future that doesn't exist because we create our futures in the now. And we wander. We ask these questions. When am I going to have this? And when is this going to happen? This is getting ridiculous. This is out of hand. This, I just can't. This is when, where, why? And that's suffering. We go in there and we suffer because we have expectations and attachments. So the now is it. It is all we have. It is the omnipotently powerful to be. And it is the breath. And these bodies that we're in, so to speak, the heart mind, the ego mind, the subconscious mind, the God, the pure consciousness, the higher self, the soul, the spirit, all one. So the soul comes into the body, powers up the body, and the soul is the heaven. And the body that it enters is the earth. So we're heaven on earth. And every step we take, those of us that are somewhat conscious know that we're creating paradise. We also shine our light, our God force, love, light, energy, 360 degrees, 24/7. This is an omnipotently powerful energy. It cannot be matched by anything. And it is pure, deep, eternal love. And we're flooding all life, the highest supreme value in the universe, on this planet, in it, above it, and below it. All of our brothers and sisters, whether they're awake or asleep. Everything we are flooding with this pure, deep, eternal love, nonstop. So, in the new earth, which we are in, we are God's in body, creating paradise and shining our love light energy everywhere. So, literally, when you go outside the planet and you view it, it just glows. It's the brightest of the brightest of the brightest. All the suns in the universe can't compare to it. You picture seeing this planet that way. 8 billion gods, all consciously aware, working together as one, consciously aware, advancing our civilization way, way, way beyond of where it's at now. You can feel that energy through the heart mind, through the gods that we are. Now we look at these bodies and we know that there are light wheels of light, balls of light. You call them wheels of light, balls of light, vortexes. And they're all different colors. And so we just look at 7, one from the tailbone going all the way up to the top of the head. These are all, this is where we flow as the gods that we are within these bodies. Understand that connects us to everything that there is in this body, everything that it is of, from, and by. Even down to the level of the quarks, cells, everything. So
so as gods that we are, along with our divine positive energy, we flow through these bodies. Our emotions, the God flows through. And that's why we have choices. To be in peace or to be in disharmony. Because everything comes from the gods that we are. Everything. So you begin to understand that when you look at these wheels of light, it all starts coming together. The root chakra at the tailbones, red wheel of light. What does that deal with the body? The body's survival. Okay, so, well, what blocks that? Fear, which is only a thought to begin with. So if you take a bunch of us out in the wilderness and say, okay, you've got to survive, and you've just got the clothes on your back. Now, any in the group of us that starts to panic will perish. And that's what fear does. It destroys our survival. And the God that we are, convey that to the body. Unfortunately, many don't listen. And we go to the orange wheel of light, which deals with our pleasure. The body's pleasure, sexuality, happiness, joy, goodness. And we've all experienced this, where everything's just clicking. Everything's falling into place. We are elated. We're in a state of bliss. And it's going along fine. But then all of a sudden, the ego mind comes in, and you get this feeling. And the feeling kind of conveys to you, well, this is going to last forever. You don't deserve to have this forever. What are you, crazy? Enjoy it while you can, because it's going to end eventually. And so we listen to that. We listen. And we believe it. And every single time, it disappears. When it is our natural state of being. Isn't that funny? It's interesting. So our pleasure is blocked by guilt. Guilt is another thought that we embrace. It was just a thought, and then we create it into a reality. And then we have the yellow wheel of light, which is our solar plexus chakra, and it deals with our willpower. And that's blocked by another thought, is just a thought, shame. And if we understood really, truly who and what we are, there would be no shame, no guilt, no fear. And then we move to the emerald green wheel of light, which is our ability to love. And what is it blocked by? Grief. Grief. It's because we don't know who and what we are. That's why we have grief. Once we learn who and what we are, there will be no grief. Grief blocks our ability to love. And then we move to the blue wheel of light, throat chakra. This is our truth. Of course, we use our vocal cords. And we block our truth by our lies. And then the indigo wheel of light, which deals with insight. And that's blocked by, that's third eye chakra, it's blocked by illusion. Many of us, if not all of us, one time or another, we have a lot of things blocked by illusions. Something appearing to be real that isn't. And then we move to the crown chakra, right at the top of our heads, the violet wheel of light. This is our direct connection to the divine, to you, to the God that you are. And it's blocked by ego attachment. So we're at the top of the body, see? We, the gods, are at the top of the body. And we hold ourselves briefly for 3 seconds. We are love, we are God, and we are one. And so we instantaneously change ourselves into this pure, liquid, omnipotent, and powerful energy, and we release ourselves over the pineal gland. Now, in physicality, the pineal gland is very important to us while we're in these bodies. Why is that? Because when they're fully healthy, vibrating at a high frequency, they connect us to all the particles of existence. They connect us to all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. That's really important. We don't have those yet, not yet. We will. They're still for functioning. They're not alive. I mean, the soul sends energy through them. So you view the pineal gland in your heart, mind's motion picture, of which you're the director, the producer, the choreographer, the writer, everything. And you see it however you see it. I see it as a rosebud. As soon as I pour the God that I am over it, it immediately transforms into this massive, fully bloomed rose with multicolored petals, sending off a fragrance that is absolutely astronomically wonderful. And these shimmering waves that are penetrating, saturating, flooding me it's off the charts. They're so phenomenal. Of a deep, deep, deep eternal love, a deep, deep, deep eternal gratitude, an unending, deep eternal peace. It is super powerful, super strong, invincible. I discover that the rose is the God, and the God is the rose, and it is a reflection of the God within me. No separation. That's the illusion. Now all of us, all beings everywhere, all life is one. There's always the deception of, oh, wait, we can't be one. How can we be one? You know, I see my neighbors, I see other people. They're separate, totally different looking, different personalities, characters. How can we all be one? That just doesn't make sense to me. If you take a drop of water out of an ocean, is it separate? Now, in the physical world, of course, that would dictate to you, is, oh, yeah, it's separate. Say, it's over here, and the ocean's there. Nothing can be separate. This is different aspects of the one, all experiencing and learning, all together, some awake, some asleep. It's an eternal journey. And collectively, everything makes up the one. You ever wondered, because a lot of people do this subconsciously, you ever wondered, all of a sudden something comes in and it's in the nick of time, and it helps you and everything works out for you? Well, some people call those miracles. But I call them the God within is assisting you, which is also the universe, which is also you, which is also everything. So obviously we have the parts of us that are asleep. Doesn't mean they're not with us. Just means they won't hear. So they're all sleeping. That's why we reach out to those who are consciously aware, awake, to a certain extent. Such as all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Including this planet. Yet any of those, all of them, only ones are the ones who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. Can be with us in this now, in this meditation, participating, forming the circle of light and complete liberation of this planet. Now, they come in the Gogoplexes. One Gogoplex fills this entire universe with not even a sacred inch, an inch of sacred space to spare. Now, they come in trillions of Gogoplexes from trillions of universes. Now, the ones on this planet, we only see 1% of what is on this planet because of the parameters of our eyes with these bodies. So the ones that we're somewhat familiar with, they come in shapes, colors, sizes, forms, configurations we've never seen, but the ones we have seen, ones that we don't think we've seen, fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. And they are all with us now consciously. We call upon all the off-worlders, the galactics, the celestials. Yet, only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. And be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light and complete liberation of this planet. Now, we're unfamiliar with a smidgen of them. Over 1,000 travel through the solar system every day. Trillions throughout the universes every day. And the ones that we're somewhat familiar with, Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, Felines, Zeta Reticuli, Nords, Greys, Draco Reptilian, Golden Pyramid Avian, many, many, many more. Now, they've been assisting us in our evolution, enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And in the trillions, they are with us now, consciously. We call upon all of our loved ones, all those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming this circle of light and complete liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. And they are with us now in the billions consciously. Call upon all the inhabitants of inner Earth, hollow Earth, Agartha, and beneath Earth. Yet, only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet and the higher frequencies of deep, pure, eternal love, deep, pure, eternal gratitude, and deep, pure, eternal peace. And in the billions, they are with us now consciously. All the archangels, cherubim, seraphim, and archetypes, ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Christ, El Moria, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, Yahweh, Yeshua, many, many, many more. Now, both of them, only those who are consciously aware from each of them that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, form this circle of light and complete liberation of this planet. Archangels are a civilization that vibrate at a different frequency than we do. That's why we don't see them like we see each other, but we meet with them. And most of the time we don't know it because they look like us, see? And we feel bliss whenever we're around them. And they all have the same message, it's just that they deliver it in just numerous ways. And when you balance it out, and the meaning of it is, isn't it absolutely magna glorious to be alive in these bodies? And that is bliss. Now, they can surround any one of us in tens of thousands at any time. Because of their vibrational frequencies, they can house a large number in a small area. The Ascended Masters, they have mastered ascension into physical form and out of physical form, and they hold pure consciousness, God form. Now, you can ask them to be around you anytime you want. Just ask. They'll be there. We are mastering ascension into physical form, creating our experiences to perfect our creations. We're all gathered arm in arm, hand in hand. Full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we're all one. We're all God. We're all love. And our God force, love, light, energy is all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And we continue to intensify and we continue to expand. We immediately form a circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, are in this now. This light emanates from all of us, the God force, love, light, energy within us. It is so brilliant that it grays out the darkness of sacred space. It would take 1 billion trillion suns to even come close to its radiance. And we're flooding everybody. All life, the highest supreme value in the universe. All of our brothers and sisters, alive, asleep, or awake. All life, highest supreme value in the universe. Non-stop, perpetually. We begin to ascend above the planet. We're immediately met with this massive ocean of glitter. It's everywhere. It's like one of those old-fashioned mirrored balls, ballroom dancing. But it's 1 billion trillion times more intense. Many more colors and reflections and sparks going everywhere. flashing off of all of us gathered in this meditation. So we're curious, so we zero in on the reflective points, which are little perfectly etched microscopic mirrors. And we enter them and we discover something absolutely phenomenal. We are all teachers and students of each other in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. In all beings, in all existence and beyond. We're all one, and we're all teaching each other. We're all students. We're all teachers. We're either students, teachers, students, or both. This is non-ending because we have our own consciousness, even though we are part of the one. Just like a cork has its own consciousness. The highest of the highest that there will ever be is pure consciousness. And then there's beyond. We're immediately met with emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that we created to remind every single one of us that we are the power of healing. We always have been, always will be, ever beyond and forever. Then we're met with the violet blue flaming purple light of Archangel Michael. This is a column of light that we created. It reminds us all of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. Then we're met with the white fire. This is a column of light that we created that reminds us all from head to toe, inside and out, we are eternally imbued with a white fire armor. Now, this armor emanates from the gods within us. It is way beyond body armor or knight armor in the physical world. We cannot be harmed. We cannot be harmed 24/7, ever. No demon possessions, no attachments, no murky magic, no lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies. They know they can't get around us when our frequencies are at a certain level, a certain vibrational frequency. They vaporize. They don't dare come near. But only you have the power that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequencies low enough, whether consciously or unconsciously, through hatred, greed, fear, anxiety, envy, hurriedness, stress, you lower your vibrational frequency low enough to create a breach in your white fire armor, enough so to allow all the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies coming in. Then you have possession. Then you have attachment. And we are all susceptible to it. Nobody's exempt. Now, when this happens, we are immediately met with two columns of light that we created to remind ourselves. The first column of light is the purple transmuting flame. We created this column of light to remind us we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all of these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, sending them to pure consciousness where they're vaporized. They're no more. Then the violet ray follows right behind the purple transmuting flame. This is a column of light that we created to remind ourselves we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame. We can cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our high vibrational frequency of the highest and the purest of the deepest eternal love, and the highest and the purest of the deepest eternal gratitude, and the highest and deepest and the purest of the deepest eternal peace. And we are then met with the golden white pink light. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all that we are the sun. We are the sunlight. We are the sunsets and the sunrises.
We are the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams. We are the rain, the rainbows, the skies, the cloud, the soils, the trees, the forest. Everything. We are everything, and everything is us. So the next time you see a mountain view or a sunset or a sunrise or a starry lit night sky, it is you. It is all of us. It is the beauty, the divineness, the vista, the spectacularness, the love. It is us. Always has been, always will be, ever beyond and forever. Now, some of us, we continue to ascend above the planet. Some of us step outside our physical form and hover effortlessly above it. That's if we're carrying physical form. Now, why do we do that? Because we can. We come in immediate contact with this massive crystalline light tower that we created. It's larger than this solar system. In the center of the column, we see this oblong sphere. And in the center of the oblong sphere, we see this golden white ball of light. We also see it surrounded by numerous rings of multicolored light. What is it doing? It is sending out waves of sparkling energy that it's not water, it's not wet, it just penetrates us, all of it. What is it? Well, the golden ball, the golden white ball of light is the highest of the highest, deepest of the deepest, purest of the purest, eternal love. And this is not just once in a while. It's constant. And then all the different multicolored rings of light are sending the same waves. One happens to be the highest of the deepest, eternal gratitude. Another one comes in the highest of the deepest, eternal peace. And then we have well-being. And we have great wealth, great abundance, great prosperity, happiness, bliss, joy, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity. It's endless. And all of it is a reflection of the gods that we are inside these bodies. At the top of the crystal light tower, we designed it so that the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees, as it's been doing, eternally, flooding us all with the purest, deepest eternal love, the highest. All life, the highest supreme value in the universe. We are drops of this golden ocean. We also hold the essence of this golden ocean. We are the drops of the golden ocean. The golden ocean is the drops. The only illusion is separation. We see our meditative sphere at set center circle. We created this sphere over 3.5 years ago. We have grown to hundreds of millions, over 1 billion, on and off world. All consciously aware, to a certain extent. Sending out the highest of the highest high intents for the liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. Never ending. Feel that energy through your heart, minds, and the gods that you are. Not only feel it, but see it in your heart, mind's motion picture. What a sight that is. What a feeling we are. That's why this meditative sphere can be seen, heard, and felt in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And this is why it continues to intensify, and this is why it continues to expand.
Understand, without this great, deep, eternal love flowing in our lives, we remain dumb and numb to our highest spiritual path and life purpose. We feel lost, empty, and lonely without it. We cannot imagine that there is a gold mine of greatness buried inside of us. And all it takes is a little digging into our emotional being, underneath the fears, the doubts, and the worries. Just with a little small shovel of curiosity, we can find an amazing love at the core. This is the real gold. When we're willing to stop playing with the fool's gold in our lives, the best things in this life begin to manifest. What is real gold is that which we will never change. I join you in meditation and return to close us out.
Take an easy breath in through the nose. And an easy breath out through the mouth. Move easily and slowly. Whatever the conscious mind thinks and believes, the subconscious identically creates. This is why we must choose to monitor knowing our thoughts, our desires, our wants, our no wants, to make sure that we maintain a high vibrational frequency, so therefore anything that we do desire will be in that frequency. Take this with you for the rest. Anything, by the way, anything. Like what's happening on the planet, the transition, everything. And remember, it's all about you. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and into the following morning. And we will be back here twice tomorrow. Once at 3 p.m. to continue our Global Guided Meditation call. Twice at 9 p.m. to continue our Reverse Aging Health call, which is going to be a humdinger. And that'll be at 9 p.m.